Hello friends, in last lecture we have seen Norton theorem. Now in this lecture we will study last theorem from your syllabus, which is a maximum power transfer theorem. Okay, maximum power transfer theorem. Okay, so this theorem deals with the transfer of maximum power from source to load, and its statement can be given as: in DC circuit, maximum power is transferred from source to load when the load resistance is made equal to the equivalent resistance of the network, okay, as viewed from the load terminal. In short, I can say that a maximum power is transformed from source to load when load resistance is equal to the source resistance. Are you getting? This is the generalized statement of your maximum power transfer theorem. Okay, now there is one illustration, or there is one explanation of maximum power transfer. So we will not see that derivation. I can directly give you the formula, which is maximum power can be calculated as a VTH square. TH means Thevenin's. We are going to use Thevenin's equivalent voltage and current resistance divided by 4 RTH. Right. This is the maximum power. Okay. So what are the steps to solve maximum power transfer theorem? First step is to remove the load resistance and find out the RTH. Okay, what will be the equivalent resistance? Next step, remove the load resistance and find out VTH, and then we can find out the maximum power using your maximum power transfer formula. Okay, so we'll see a very simple example now. This is one example. Now here they will not give you the resistance. Okay, this arrow indicates that this resistance is can be varied. It is a variable resistance, means it don't have fixed value. It don't have fixed value, and we don't know the value. We are going to calculate that value, hence we have shown arrow. Okay, this is the question, and this is the numerical, and the example or question given is: calculate the value of RL for it to absorb the maximum power and find out the maximum power. So we need to adjust the value of RL such that maximum power will be drawn from the source. Are you getting? So now according to maximum power transfer theorem, maximum power will be transferred from circuit to the load when this load resistance RL is made equal to source resistance, that is a RTH. Okay, source resistance means total equivalent resistance of this remaining circuit, and equivalent circuit of remaining circuit is equivalent resistance of remaining circuit is RTH. Okay, so when RTH and RL will be equal, that time maximum power will be transferred. So let's find out RTH. Calculate RTH. How to find out RTH? To find out RTH, replace all voltage sources with the short circuit, current sources with the open circuit. Remove the load resistance. This is RTH 60, 20, 40. Now find out the equivalent resistance. 40 and 20 are in a parallel, so its equivalent resistance is 40 multiplied by 20 divided by 40 plus 20. Sorry, it is flickering. Okay, I guess it is. Just a second. So 800 divided by 60, so it comes 13.13 ohm. Okay, now this equivalent resistance is in series with the 60. Okay, so total resistance RTH equal to this 13.33 plus 60, so it becomes 73.33 ohm. We got RTH. Now let's find out VTH. Next step, VTH. To find out VTH, again we need to remove the load resistance, keep all other parameters as it is, don't disturb it. Okay. Now we have to find out VTH here. This is 60, 40, 20. Now one thing, how to find out VTH? Is it possible that current will flow in this loop? No, it will not flow. Okay, because it is open circuit. So only current will be here, right? This is 120. So apply KVL in first loop. Okay, or directly I can say current here is 120 divided by the resistance, that is 40 plus 20, right? So current is 120 divided by 40 plus 20, 60. So 2 ampere. So 2 ampere current is flowing. Now I'll find out VTH. What will be VTH? As there is no current in this resistance, there will not be any drop. So directly this voltage will be appearing across VTH. So I can say VTH equal to, what will be voltage here? Current into resistance. So current is 2 into resistance 20. So it becomes 40. Okay, if there is current here through 60, then we would have added that 60 multiplied by that current. In our case current is 0, so it is a 40 volt only. Are you getting? Now as I said, RTH is 73.33, and we know that to transfer maximum power, RTH should be equal to RL. Okay, so we can say that to transfer maximum power, RL should be equal to RTH, that is nothing but 73.33. Now what will be that maximum power? It can be given as a P max equal to VTH square by 4 RTH. VTH is a 40, so 40 square by 4 into RTH is a 73.33. So it becomes 5.45 watt. So what maximum power can draw on is a 5.45. We can't draw power more than this. Okay, this is the maximum power which we can draw from the circuit. Okay, so let me see if there is any difficult example. Okay, I will show you one example. Okay, this is the circuit. Okay, this is the branch of our interest. It's 10, 5, 10, 30. Now, question is to find out value of this load resistance RL, so that maximum power will be transferred to it. Okay, so first step is to find out RTH, Thevenin's resistance. How to find out Thevenin's resistance? Short circuit voltage sources, open circuit current sources. So this current source will be open circuited, this will be open circuited, of no use. So 10 will be there, plus this 5 will be there. Okay, here we need to find out RTH. Keep it as open circuit RTH. Here this 2 will be as it is. Now this 10 will be as it is. And voltage source should be short circuited. This is the new circuit. Okay. So now there is one twist. Whenever there is a short circuit across the resistance, that resistance gate vanishes. Right now it gets shorted. So in our case now this is 2. There is a 10 and 5 in a series, that is 15, and 15 in parallel with the 2, right? These are, if you take these two probes on outside, it will be like this. Okay, so we can see one resistance is from here like this, another is from here like this, right? So this line and this line are in a parallel. So 10 plus 5, 15 and 2 are in a parallel. So 15 and 2 in parallel means resistance will be 1.76 ohm. So we got RTH. Now to transfer maximum power, your load resistance should be equal to Thevenin's resistance. So to transfer, you can say to transfer maximum power, RL should be equal to RTH, that is nothing but 1.76 ohm. Now second step is to find out VTH. To find out VTH again, we'll draw the circuit, we'll open circuit that branch, remaining circuit will be as it is. Actually, there are too many loops in the circuit. What I can do, see here, there are too many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I even open these, then 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 loops are there. So, what I will do, I will replace this current and parallel resistance with voltage and series resistance. Right? So, voltage source will be uh, R into I, 25 into 5. So 125 voltage, 125 volt voltage source in series with the 5 ohm. Okay, so it will be like this: 125, 5, and already there is a 10. So 10 plus 5, I can write 15. Okay, then again there is a 10 ampere, so I can keep that as it is. Okay, so let me draw a new circuit. It is like this. See, 10 plus 5, 15, voltage source of 125. This is 10 ampere current source. These terminals are open circuit to find out VTH. 2, this is the resistance, and there is a voltage source of 30 volt. Apply 3 loops. Okay, now when no, yes, one more concept is there. Actually, that is not in your syllabus, but when you try to solve such difficult example, it automatically comes in between. So, what is that concept? Here you can't apply KVL. Okay, here you will get voltage. This resistance multiplied by current is voltage. What you will do here? Okay, KVL, in KVL you are interested in voltages only, not current. So this is the main constraint. So what we can do? There is a concept of, I'm teaching you concept inside the concept. There is a concept of super mesh. So whenever there is a common current source between two loops, okay, we need to write the equation for that current branch first, and then for whole loop outside. Okay, let me show you. If there is a current source in between two loops like this, so I can apply KVL here, I can apply KVL here. Okay, if I apply even KVL, what I will write equation for this? We can't consider current to value in between, where KVL is a algebraic sum of voltages. So what I will do, if this is I1, consider currents like this, I1, I2. So see, this is going upward, no? So I2 is going upward. So write down first equation, write down one equation for this branch only. So that is I2 minus I1 equal to, if value of this is 5, of 5. This is one equation. Second equation, forget about this current source and apply KVL for outer loop. Okay, so this is minus 2 into I1, but consider the current of that branch only. So here I wrote as a minus 2 into I1. Here I will write minus 2 into I2 equal to 0. This is how we need to find out two equations. Then solve it and get I1 and I2. Right? Similarly, what I will do, this value is 10. This is I1, this is I2, this is I3. So first equation is, for this particular current, this I2 minus I1 is 10. Second is for this outer loop directly. Now don't consider two separate loops. Forget this current source. Okay, assume that there is only one loop and apply KVL. But consider, take that current which is there in that loop. Okay, take only that current. Okay, so I will start from here. 125 minus 15 into I1. Okay, here when I was in this loop, I consider I1. Though this current source is not there. When I am dealing with this loop, I1 is there. I will consider I1. When I am dealing with this loop, I will consider I2. Though I am writing it as a one loop. Minus 2 into I2 minus 10 into I2 minus I3 equal to 0. Right? Equation like this. Are you getting? Okay. and third KVL is here, so it is minus 30 minus 10 I3 minus I2 equal to 0. Now solve these three simultaneous equations, find out I1, I2, I3, okay, and we got I2 as 14.41 ampere. Okay, so I'm not writing other currents. I'm interested in only in I2. Why? Let me show you. I'm having I2. Now, how I will write down equation for VTH? VTH equal to nothing, because VTH is nothing but, if this is A and B, I can say VTH is nothing but VAB. Okay, so the equation is, I will apply the equation. 30. Okay, what I can do, I will apply, I will start from here, plus minus. Okay, so now, sorry, now consider this as a loop, because you are interested in finding out VTH. So you can assume it like this. See, you can assume it, don't draw it like this, and apply loop KVL in any loop, this or this. But here you can apply KVL because there is a current source. Here you can apply. So what I will write the equation like this: VTH minus 2 into I2 minus 10 I2 minus I1 equal to 0. So VTH equal to 2I2 plus 10 I2 minus I1. So I2 is 14.41. So 2 into 14.41 is a 28.82 plus 10. What is I2? I2 is a 14.41. I1, you might have calculated here. Okay, whatever I1 you need, I1 you need to write it here. Okay, and for my calculation, these whole terms comes as a 30. So 28.82 plus 30. Okay, solid. Find out I1. 30. So it becomes 58.82 volt. So I got VTH as a 58.82 volt. So now what will be maximum power? It is VTH square by 4 RTH. So VTH is a 58.82 square divided by 4 into RTH, it is 1.76. So maximum power transfer will be 491.45 watt. Okay, so this is how we have completed maximum power transfer theorem, and with this we complete your first module. Thank you.